Today's video is going to be about people who can't sit with themselves. They can't sit in misery. They can't do anything alone without dispelling any of those uncomfortable and ugly feelings. People that you look at and you're like, man, he's so wise. You're like, he's got it figured out. I wish I had that confidence. I wish I had that conviction. I wish I could be like that. It really has to do with the fact that he was willing to sit with himself in the ugly feelings without the necessary need of talking to others. A lot of times when bad things happen in our lives, what do? What do we want to do? You want to pick up the phone, call someone, and put your shit on someone else's. That way, at least like you're just getting rid of it, you know? At least someone is catching a little bit of this, and that way I don't have to absolve all this shit by myself. Because that's just too much. The magic that is in that loneliness period. And it's not like it lasts forever. It's just like the good times and the bad times, right? The good times don't last forever, but neither do the bad. But the problem is the bad hurts so badly. It hurts so badly to sit in that by your lone self with no one else to share it with. Even if you have the option, you choose not to. Not because you're a badass, not because it's I don't need to tell anybody anything, or real G's move in silence like lasagna. Like, no, there's nothing to do with that. It's because you understand that by sitting in those really, really high tension, high pain situations of just being alone, you come out with an unwavering conviction. The more you go through that and the more you come out of it, you're able to drive certain insights. You start understanding all of the layers of your psyche. And it's not like you're consciously thinking through how's my psyche holding up. It's all just pouring out, and it's so intense that your subconscious by osmosis just starts picking up all the shit that you're looking for. All of those nuggets. But it's just because you didn't dispel those feelings. I've had a conversation with a few people that while we're talking or whatever, they're like, hey man, please don't say anything. They're asking me not to say anything. Keep in mind, they're asking me, don't tell anybody, that stays between us. Perfect. That's fine. And after the conversation, they'll go and tell everybody about what I said because I made them uncomfortable. Think about how crazy that is. You want to know what it is? It's low character. It's exactly what it is. Being able to sit by your lonesome and absorb the pain and absorb the blows and not put that on anybody else because you got you. I will lean on myself when shit hits the fan. That is where that conviction comes from. The reason why you don't have conviction is because anytime shit goes bad or anytime you feel pain, you have to, in your own head, in your heart, I have to get rid of this. I got to get rid of this feeling. Versus just sitting in it and taking it for what it is. Taking it for what it is. People don't realize these little things that I'm talking about extrapolate on the big end. If someone does something that you don't like and it reveals a certain part of their character, what most people do is sit there and complain to everybody else about how that person sucks. Think about that. That's how it expels out. Versus you taking it for what it is. When you sit by yourself and you absorb that blow, you have an ability to look at reality dead in its eyes exactly for what it is. And what do you think that does for your perspective? It grounds you. You look at things in an entirely different lens because everybody lives in the dispelling. By proxy, if you just even sitting alone in the ugly, and the high tension, and those just ridiculously awful feelings, you will have a perspective and uniqueness that is so different from most people just from you doing that, because you're now arriving at your own conclusions. You're now leaning in on yourself. You don't feel the need to going into habit mode of dispelling all of this shit that you have, and I need you to hear this, and that way I'm not absorbing this by myself. Can you believe what this person did? And it's funny, people that complain about other people complaining eventually become that person themselves. And it's really funny because it sounds like I'm complaining, but I'm actually trying to explain to you how serious this is. This is why I don't take, when people come to me with their problems, I laugh in my head. Truthfully, I laugh to myself because all I could think in my own head is, this isn't a problem. You think it's a problem because you don't deal with pressure. You can't handle any pressure. So anytime that someone just applies a little bit of it, you fold like a folding chair. That's your problem, is you don't know how to handle any of this stuff because you haven't developed your character to be able to handle it. That's my conviction. God, dude, I'm sweating like an absolute animal. You know when like you come back, so I just came back from the gym and the car's super hot. I'll purposely just put up the window sometimes, well, mainly because of this video, but it's an excuse to get a quick sauna action. You know what I'm saying? But that's my point, is like, even me burning up in this thing, do you actually think in my head like, I can't breathe, I can't? I'm just talking. It's all right. Yeah, it's a bit hot in here. Yeah, I'm sweating profusely. That's fine. I'm all right. I'll be okay. You know, like you get so used to it, like even those stupid little things, it's not a big deal what I just talked about, but the little things reveal the big things. If you don't know how to handle the little things, and when the big things come on your plate, you're not going to be able to handle it. It all starts from the nugget. It all starts from the building block, and it builds up into it. You want to make great big decisions, and you have to make great little decisions sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't mean you have to be perfect. Everybody's so terrified of sitting with themselves with ugly feelings without telling anybody everything that's going bad in their life. They need permission. They need to tell them how they're feeling. They need to tell them exactly what happened today. They need to tell them all of the good charity stuff they did today. They need to tell them about the amazing things that someone said about them today. That way they feel more confident. Everything. It's not about become a recluse and don't talk to anybody about anything. If it happens to come up naturally in conversation, you bring it up. But for you to be like, oh, I'm going to tell everyone about this, sit with yourself with those feelings. Because I'm telling you right now, all you're doing is making everybody in charge of your life. You're placing more importance on someone else's opinion and outlook and reaction to giving you your confidence. You're outsourcing your confidence to somebody else. All of it facilitates to the same place, and that's you being deeply unhappy, not confident, uncomfortable in your own skin just to sit in. And you wonder why, you know what, man, I feel like I just kind of doom scroll and I feel like my life's just kind of passing me by. It's because you live in escapism. You want time to speed up. You can't wait till bad shit happens so you can talk about it. You can't wait till good things happen just so you can tell someone else about it, and that way you feel better about yourself for 3 seconds total. Versus playing the game where it's like, you know what? I'm going to honor my heart, and I'm going to honor my spirit. What is it that actually sets me on fire? Why would I care about anybody else's opinion on what the hell I'm doing? What is that? If you really think about that, what is that? You need someone else to agree with your decision? Not even their business. It's not your business to give a shit about what they think. And the thing about it all stems from one thing: your inability to just sit with yourself through the good and the bad times. At the end of the day, you have to honor your heart and you have to honor your spirit. And the only way to do that is by truly leaning in on yourself, regardless of anybody else's opinion. You need to start seeking out what your standard is. That's all this is. It's your standard. The things that you know inherently, these are my values for X, Y, and Z reason. These are the principles that I have for X, Y, and Z reasons. Honoring your spirit is doing right by your heart. That is it. And if you do that, you're going to win your life. And you will become someone that is completely unrecognizable than the version that you might be right now. And if you're on the cusp, intensity. You close out everything and you fucking skyrocket till you get there. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is something that for me is something that I know a ton of people struggle with. We all have, you know. So this is a very, very normal thing. I appreciate you being here. I hope this is worth your time. Hit that subscribe button. If there's anything you guys are looking for specifically, just let me know. Drop it down in the comments. If people like those, give it a thumbs up. And that way I know to make those videos. Anyways, guys, Uncle Rami out. Peace.